Yo, what's going on? What's going on, everybody? Hey, this is your host, Demetrius, with PPP, Panthers Prime Podcast. Man, sorry about that, y'all. My group called me last minute and said that they want to load the bus up. I had to give my keys to the other bus driver so he can do it for me. Oh, man. Y'all should have seen me running up and down these steps, seeing this hotel, man, trying to get back up here to you guys, man. I mean, as soon as I hit live, that's when I got the call. What's going on, y'all? Poppy Dangerfield, what's going on, man? Glenn, what's up, man? What's up? Yeah, man, we back again, man. We back, man. What's going on, 336 bosses, man? The dynamite clock is crazy. Hey, listen, as much as I'm a Bryce, hopefulness, I guess you could say, there is a time frame on this, man. And I hope Bryce knows that, man. Cool Kev, what's going on, man? If they let him play horrible through the entire season, catch my breath. Y'all should have saw me running, man. I mean, full sprint up to the fourth floor, man, of my hotel room. Gosh, I'm tired. Man. All right, man. Let's drop this music real quick, man. Woo! All right. Shout out to my group who's very indecisive about what they want to do. After I just talked to them less than 10 minutes ago. But yeah, man. So as I was doing a little bit of research last night, I started looking at some things, and I was on Panthers Theory podcast last night with Elaine. If you guys haven't subscribed to Panthers Theory podcast, make sure you do that. Elaine is a very, very smart brother, very analytical, numbers guy. And there was something that he said that kind of struck me while we were talking. And it was actually like a comparison that Al made. Al the Sailor. He said, if you was to have a college school come up and play the worst team in the NFL, how would Bryce do? And at first, Al said Chicago. Me and Elaine both said, well, the Carolina Panthers, and Elaine said emphatically that the Carolina Panthers would look like a all-star team, a Super Bowl team playing against another college team. And when he said that, my mind started thinking about like the elevation from a college player to the NFL. Like, you have to see certain things happen in order for you to deem this player as quote unquote elevating. All right. Now, you guys know that I've been very, very unwavering in my attempt to persuade those who listen to me that it wasn't just Bryce Young that was the issue. It was the whole team in totality. Well, today is Bryce Young's day. All right. And I'm not flip-flopping, but just like my little saying that I always have, I'm going to put the paint where it ain't. And, I just want to talk about a couple things. You know what I mean? So, Cool Kev, real quick. I hate his mustache. Oh, let's not be petty, Cool Kev. What's up, H-Town, Texas? God, I'm just trying to catch my breath. Oh, man, what's good? What's good? Big Tight, what's going on? Nick, Tri-State, what's up, man? Limited time for Bryce Young. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Candy Girl, what's going on, man? T. Thompson, what's going on with you, man? Nick, Tri-State. Whether we like it or not, if Bryce is healthy, he'll play the whole season. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. That's the unfortunate truth. Supernova Moore says, you down with PPP? Yeah, you know me. That's a fact, man. What's up, Block G? 3P, P3. What's popping, my G? Facts, man. I'm doing good, man. Just a little tired. I think Bryce knew he wasn't going to be good, so he made sure his first contract was loaded because he's like, fully guaranteed, right? Dorico, what's up, man? Enjoying the content, my brother. Appreciate it, man. I'm glad you are, man. Rock Jones, what's up, man? Cool Kid says, shout out to Elaine. Facts, shout out to Elaine. Omar Tillman, shout out PPP, Panther Theory. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, so let's talk about this, man. Now, you guys know that yesterday I ran through week 1 through almost week 4 of actually week 5. We got to the Lions game of the all 22 recap analysis, kind of breaking down, seeing how Bryce Young, operated. Now, a couple things that we took away from that those first 5 games, in a sense, was Frank Wright was very, very impatient. And the reason why I say impatient was because he changed his whole entire playbook after the first week, which I thought was a pretty, complimentary playbook or scheme that he was running. Albeit we had 2 picks in that game, I thought Bryce Young did good. He did pretty okay. There was a little bit of, first, I guess you'd say first game jitters as a rookie. You know what I mean? And, there was some balls that were overthrown, some balls that were underthrown, some routes that weren't run correctly. I can't say anything about the offensive line because only thing I may be able to say is the third and fourth quarter, they started queuing in on those double A gap blitzes, man, and those twists, and the offensive line just cannot, they cannot do anything with those. So, if you guys ever heard me talk, I always say that the first half of the first game of week 1, I never take that as the true identity of a team. I always take the second half because that's when you make the adjustments. That's when you start to see what that team is really about. And we saw what the Atlanta Falcons, could do. Once they got into an understanding of what Bryce was doing in the first half, they made the corrections, they made the adjustments, and then they started to execute. And they started getting towards Bryce, and pressure started getting to him, and threw him off his spot. So, they really didn't have to do it because Bryce Young had already thrown a pick already to Bates. I think the first one happened in the first quarter, if I'm not mistaken, or the second quarter. It was real early. So when I look at the totality of those first 5 games, I say to myself, Frank Wright was impatient. Bryce Young regressed in this manner. His decision-making on plays was, in my opinion, not what an elite quarterback does. Not someone who's drafted number 1 overall will do. All right? If you're trying to win games in the Super Bowl or in the playoffs or anything, dink and dunk is not the forte for winning football. It just isn't. Like it just isn't. And we saw Bryce Young go from at least a decent play scheme in which you had multiple options at different levels to throw to the same thing, but he only took the first level, which was normally the flat route or a really, really quick curl with Miles Sanders. So he wasn't a deep threat for any defense that actually played against us. They all stacked the box. Sometimes we see no less than 5 people in the box, no less than that. And what I mean by in the box, I don't mean that the middle linebacker is in this position. I mean like 5 people up on the line of scrimmage. And then when you get to the middle linebacker position, you have 3 right there. So essentially, you got an 8-man box that's telling you, I dare you to run the ball. I want you to go ahead and pass it because you can't pass. And we saw that many, many times. So Frank Wright jumped the gun too soon. Bryce Young wasn't that good, and he actually regressed. The offensive line wasn't the best. We saw in the Saints game, and this is why I did this. Instead of saying hypotheticals and what we think we remember, we saw Taylor Moton get dragged by Cam Jordan multiple times to the tune where he was in the lap of Bryce Young multiple times in that week 2 game. All right. Now, I say that to say this. The Carolina Panthers have actually elevated their offensive play, in my opinion. All right. Do I think that the wide receiver core as of right now is top tier? Heck no, I don't think that at all. I don't have any faith in Deontay Johnson to flip the pendulum, to move the scales, to do anything like that when it comes down to Carolina. I don't think so. I don't think that he's any better than DJ Chark. I just don't. He drops a lot of balls. So, and this is what I said when we got him. He's an outside type of guy from the routes that he ran in Pittsburgh. He's an outside guy, and we're depending on Bryce Young to get the ball to the outside I mean, let's just be honest. That just wasn't his forte this year. To the tune of we've seen 2 back-to-back plays in Atlanta where Bryce Young threw the ball to the sideline. One almost got picked. One, it was a miscommunication with I believe Mingo, and the ball just wasn't on time, or Mingo probably ran a little bit too far up on the route tree instead of cutting it back in. And understanding when you're doing those comeback routes, you want to drive it as if you're going up the field and then come back. And the only thing that the ball should touch is either your player, which is the offensive player, or the sideline. That's it. That's why it's thrown in that manner. All right. So I get it. A lot of miscommunication, a lot of bad play. But I got a poll inside the chat right now. And the poll says, if Bryce Young plays bad, how long should he stay in? How long should he play? Now, Nick said emphatically, if Bryce Young is healthy, he's going to play the whole entire season. I beg to differ. Because I don't think that Dan Morgan, being a player of his caliber when he did play with the Carolina Panthers, is going to allow who's this texting me so many times? I don't think that Bryce Young or Dan Morgan is going to allow this type of play to continue another year. Seeing what happened last year, they should have pulled him. I'm not going to lie. After watching yesterday's tape, they should have pulled Bryce Young. Well, they should have kept Bryce Young out after Seattle. And there's reports that not only did Deuce, not only did Frank Wright in some reports, but also his quarterback's coach wanted him to sit out and learn from Andy, which I think would have been a great feat for Bryce. I think he would have done well sitting back and listening to, watching him play. So Bryce Young is on the clock right now, in my opinion. If you think David Tepper is going to allow year 2 for his pick, and everybody's saying that this is David Tepper's pick, if you think that he's going to sit back and allow his pick to look bad in the media for another year, you're sadly mistaken. I don't think that that's going to happen. I think Bryce Young only has, I'm going to be honest with you, Bryce Young only really has 6 games. 6 games to prove if he's going to be playing or if he's going to be a backup. He may get Zach Wilson. I'm just being totally honest with you. And this is the perspective that we have to take, because I don't see the Carolina Panthers staff. Dave Canellis' job is on the line. And people don't believe that. That's cool. You ain't got to believe that. History tells us that. Just like history told us that J.C. Horn wasn't going to be healthy for the season because of past seasons. I said this here on this platform that we need to go out and get a corner last year because I don't trust the health of J.C. Horn. You got to look at it. It's history. It tells you stuff. History tells us that every year, if you live in the Carolinas, in the month of October, it gets cold. That's history. It tells us that. So Bryce Young's ability to deliver a game-winning, or not even game-winning, just winning games, it's a low bar right now. It's just a low bar. And you guys know I'm probably one of the most people say I'm one of the most optimistic, Panthers podcasters who didn't want Bryce Young. Because I look at everything in totality, man. The offensive line was trash. Bryce Young, had to deal with 2 offensive coordinators in a sense. He had to deal with a lot of stuff going on in the organization, yelling, cussing, screaming, bickering, fighting, all this different stuff. Players switching up on him possibly, not trusting him. So, a lot of stuff happened as a rookie, man. I get it. That's like when you first come out of elementary school going to middle school. You know how traumatizing that can be at times for kids? After being coddled for 5 years in pre-K and first to fifth, now they're in this Jurassic Park of attitudes and everything else. You got to get used to it. I know he's a grown man, but you still got to get used to it. It's a different ball game now. Not taking away what he did that was horrible, but I'm just saying he had to get used to it. Real quick, Omar Tillman says, "Talk on it, PPP." From college to NFL. Yes, sir. It is, man. It is. Nick Tri-State, the game is faster, guys, and stronger. The game is faster. Guys are stronger and smarter. Yep. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Yeah, man. Omar Tillman said, Nick the Slick. What's up, my guy? Nick the Slick. That KC game would be the final. Yeah. First game jitters, huh? I mean, 3-3-6. I mean, listen. You gotta. I love 3-3-6. As much as I want to say Bryce Young was just really, really bad, I mean, it was his first game jitters, probably. But then we saw that it wasn't first game jitters because it actually got worse in the Saints game. You might have a point. I'm still gonna say it was first game jitters. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt because I'm not giving him the benefit of the doubt for the next 16 games that he played. So give him 1-3-3-6. Give him one, man. Atlanta killed with the A-gap, blitz and twist. Facts. Yeah, we saw that yesterday, man. What's up, Fayette now? What's going on, man? Frank was under pressure, not impatient. Well, I mean, that's subjective. Just like my position is subjective. I think he was under pressure to perform. Got the first round pick, didn't do too good. And let me remind you guys that the preseason, everything we talked about was Frank Reich's play calling was vanilla. It was telling. Some podcasters said that they knew from the Jets preseason game how this team was going to go. Now, whether that's truth or not, I mean, you can't really fault him now because hindsight is 2020, and we see that the preseason game against the Jets was a mirror image of the rest of the season. So I can't really fault anybody that type of claim right now. You know what I mean? Let's see. StreamYard is shutting down for some reason. I don't know why it's slowing down. Let me show y'all good on here. Make sure. Give me 1 second. Make sure y'all good. What y'all seeing me say? Let's see here. All right, y'all can see me. Y'all good. Oh, shout out to Unc live right now too. I didn't know that. Yeah, y'all good. Okay, cool. Yeah, man. Omar Tillman. Let me go back to Chris' comment. That's what I say at Nick, but do many people play Alabama the pro day? Pro ready? Yeah. No, absolutely, man. Facts 336. I knew it was going to be me with Tepper. Yeah. Absolutely, man. All that was yep, absolutely. 336 Boston, Omar. You guys are funny, man. Yeah, man. I'm the only fan that will still believe that Bryce Young will play at a high level. I mean, hey, listen, man. I believe that Bryce Young has the capabilities when placed up under the same, when placed up under certain parameters. Like he has to have a decent offensive line. Like no mistake about it. Bryce Young has to have a decent offensive line in order to make this thing happen. If he doesn't have that, then all bets are off because this is what we saw. He's not going to climb the pocket. He's not going to do that. He's not climbing the pocket. So unfortunately, it places him at a disadvantage when things around him start to, collapse. If you're not climbing the pocket, if you're not, at least going back through your reads, because we saw he's a first read type of guy. And guys, the link's in the chat if you want to pull up. He's not a first read. He's a first read type of guy. And unfortunately, that doesn't bode well with what we got going on in NFL. You got to have time. You got to go through your reads. You got to understand that people are going to be possibly open, even though it may not be open. You got to trust that your wide receiver is going to make a play on the ball. That's what they do. They make a play on the ball. You can't just anticipate that they're going to be open. That was a fault of Bryce Young, man. He hold on to the ball, waiting to see that there was a physical gap between the defender and the wide receiver. You see what I'm saying? So, Nick, what's up, man?
Yo, what up, man?
Chilling, man. How are you, man?
Good. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. Talk
Enjoying
to
the
me, man.
glorious Sunday.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's a beautiful Sunday, man. Just a little cold out here, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little
Mm-hmm.
cold, man. Yeah, what's going on with you though, man? What you getting into?
None. Just chilling right now. I got my daughter upstairs.
Okay.
Went to go see my ma, so I let her
Okay.
rock out with my Dukes for a little. I came down to
Facts.
show some love real quick.
Facts. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate
Yes,
you,
sir.
man. H Town, Texas said Nick Tri-State, that profile picture.
Shit funny as hell. You see it? You got the 9 in
Nah,
the air. So
I don't see it. It
does the
just say in
Panther
on mines.
so when I typed in the chat, I seen it on Twitter. Joint had me funny as hell. It was a picture. It was that picture, and the caption said, "When I found out we got Deontay Johnson, it's a dude in a Panthers hat. In one hand, he letting off the 9, and the other he got some Bojangles. Funny as
going
hell.
going crazy, right?
Oh
What's up, A
man,
Marshall? Bryce would not get as many chances only because they would see we have nothing. Yeah, we have the wrong one. Yeah. And A Marshall, to that point, I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think that Bryce Young, he got limited time, man. And that's really what was ringing in my mind all last night. He doesn't have a full season like we gave him last year. How
I
we kept
think so.
saying
I
you
think the unfortunate truth is he will have a full, as long as he's healthy to play. We're gonna get a full season, unless we're as bad as unless we lose our first 8 games again, 8 9 games again. Then that situation, if we're 0-8 again, yeah, it might be time to. We're gonna be looking at Bryce Young like he the Hugh Jackson of quarterbacks. You know what I mean? Remember Hugh
yeah.
Jackson? His
So
first
so
3 years in Cleveland, he was like 3-36, bro. He still had a job. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, but see, that's up there. We're talking about David Tepper, a
yeah.
guy who is filled with pride and not
Mm-hmm.
humble at all. He made a statement saying nobody leaves me when they work for me. Yet we've seen a lot of people in this first 2 years of him taking over Carolina Panthers suddenly just leave with the expansion of the Charlotte FC. So I'm not gonna lie, man. I beg to differ, man.
He
Like
cared more about soccer than he does the Panthers, bro.
I,
One
I,
thousand percent.
exactly.
He cares way more about soccer.
I believe that, man. I
Yeah,
believe that, and it's unfortunate, Brand, because he purchased the Carolina Panthers.
yeah. You know what I mean? And we've only been in the league 30 years now, and we've
Yeah,
been to the Super Bowl twice, more than teams that have been there. So it's like you should have looked at it. I don't know, man. It's wild. One thing, though,
yeah,
Bryce is his guy, and I know Tepper does have a short leash, but I think the unfortunate truth is Bryce is gonna get a whole
yeah.
season.
I just don't see it, man.
Unless we start the season horrible and Bryce looks bad, then it's like, yo, we might be looking to move on right away.
so okay, so boom. Let's just hypothetically say that the bye week is week 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Bryce Young goes. I don't know because we got to go off of history. Bryce Young goes 0-4 the first 4 games,
Oh,
and
that's gonna
then
be bad.
he wins 2 in a row.
Uh
He
huh.
loses one, wins one, loses one, win one. So what we're at 4 and
Four and it
6,
would be 4 and 5 because
4 and
you said
5.
week 10 is the bye. If you
Yeah,
start, hold on. If you start the season 0-4 and the week 10 is, and we're just obviously going off hypotheticals.
right.
If the bye is week 10, you start the season 0-4, and you go into the
Hmm.
bye week 4-5. That means you started the season 0-4, but now you hot right now. You 4-1 since then. So
Right.
you know what I mean? That's a tricky situation. That I was saying it on Unk's channel. Shout out Unk. You and Unk making it real difficult today. Both y'all going live right now. But I was like, my biggest fear is if Bryce plays just well enough. You know what I mean? Where it's like he wasn't terrible, but he showed improvement, and it's like just good enough where we have to roll with him next year. I need to know either he's a bust or if he's gonna boom this year. If he
Yeah.
just does just enough, it's like, damn, bro, we still don't know. You know what I mean? I want to know now.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
hard to go off a rookie year with the situation he was in. But if he
Yeah.
stinks again this year with Canales, who has a previous history of turning quarterbacks around, it's not like he went to Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson. He went to Geno. He had Geno Smith as the passing game coordinator, and then Baker. And those guys had career years when he was involved. I'm not giving him the full credit with Geno because as the quarterbacks coach, you're not more impactful than the offensive coordinator, but you are he spent a lot of time with Geno. You know what I mean? And then obviously as the offensive coordinator with Baker won comeback player of the year this year over a guy who literally died last year on the field. You know what I mean? Like people were putting bets PPP last year that Damar Hamlin was going to win comeback player of the year. I knew someone who put $1,000 in on that, and they lost.
Yeah, the Bills really didn't play DeMar Hamlin like that. But listen, he should have got comeback player of the year, coming back from death. I mean, who else came back from death?
You know what I mean? Real talk.
Yeah. We need a recount on that, man. Who voted for that? The freak. It's Marquis said, you know what's funny? Last season versus Tampa Bay, the guy in the press box said the same thing about Bryce Young. When things crumble, Bryce can't see the field. Listen, man. I mean, he's Bryce Young. Bryce Young is a one read type of quarterback, man. For the first 5 games that we saw, that's what it is. That's what it is. Now, once we start going into week 6 and then we start moving forward, we might see a little bit more. I think he had a little bit more protection because they went back to this 2-back scheme, I think, in Miami, which, Howard hates that I keep bringing the Miami game up. But it was one of the better showings of Bryce Young. And it kind of showed us what Bryce Young could do if he has, enough time, man. Pop, what's up, man?
What's good with y'all, man? Y'all doing all right?
Man. Put it in the paint where it ain't, man. What about yourself, man?
I figured I'll pull up so we can talk about the most famous Carolina Panthers, Bryce Young.
Yeah, man. Hey, he's on the clock right now, man. He got limited time. What you think?
I have to agree with Nick, unless he gets hurt. So the thing is, as podcasters, as guys that want to come out here and talk to the people, being men of the people and ladies. I've already started looking at the quarterbacks coming out next year. That not saying that I hate Bryce. It's just he's not the guy. So when you look at the guys coming out this year and last year are like the draft of the quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? Like next year they're not looking too great. So
yeah,
I feel like he's going to be. I think we got Bryce 2 more years. This season and next season, because I don't really. I mean, it could change unless somebody just come in. Like Joe Burrow came out of nowhere. He didn't do nothing in college until that last year. He just blew up. And Joe Burrow had been in college for a hot little minute. But unless somebody just comes out here and just does just has an amazing year, I don't see them replacing Bryce quite like that, because they can't make the same mistake. I mean, they can, but you're trying to find a franchise quarterback.
They can.
Yeah, they can. So, but and then this is the other thing we got to look at it. Look at all the signs for Tepper to have an excuse out. You can say, well, I had a first-year coach who's never been a head coach. Then you got your wife that said, hey, I really wanted Stroud. So he's already got the fall guy and the fall plan. And we all just waiting for it to happen, because I don't believe in Bryce. I wasn't an advocate of Bryce at all.
Now let me ask both of y'all something. Pop, I'm gonna assume you're over. You don't sound like or seem like you're young, so you seem old enough. Y'all remember when Robert Griffin III came out?
Yeah.
Now let me ask y'all, who do you think was a better prospect coming out of college, RG3 or Bryce? Because in my opinion, I like RG3 more.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, so this
definitely.
is what I'm getting at here. That same draft, they drafted Kirk Cousins in the 4th round. That same draft. So it wouldn't surprise me at all, Prime and Pop, if we did draft a quarterback late this year. 4th, maybe 5th round. I wouldn't be. I don't think. As far as next year, you're absolutely right. Next year's draft quarterback.
What's up, Omar?
It's not as strong as this year for sure. I think the top 3 right now projected are Dylan Gabriel, Carson Beck, and Shedeur Sanders, and then you got DJU, who's going to flirt around in there too. So there's probably going to be 4 first-round quarterbacks next year. Definitely not to the talent of Caleb Williams or Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, like
But
Dylan Gabriel, somebody I'm gonna be watching a lot this year in college at Oklahoma.
I think Blackcaster is the podcast that gave Prime his nickname Optimistic Prime. I think we the one that gave him that. But you need that. But somebody in your chat, Prime, said the most important thing ever. He said bigger, stronger, faster.
Yeah, that was me. The league. Yeah.
Right. So if you have a guy who's not big, strong, or fast, then what did you just do to yourself, to your team?
I understand. Hey, listen. I'm actually letting you guys get off, which I need to get off, man, and say what you got to say, because today's podcast is talking about Bryce Young being on the clock. And, listen, it may not be the proverbial clock that says he only got 6 games this year, but make no mistake about it, he's on a clock.
For sure.
He's on the clock more than Baker is, more than David Carr is, more than what's the other guy down there in Atlanta, Kirk Cousins, of course. I mean, just any quarterback right now. Bryce Young is on the clock right now. I think Russell Wilson got more leeway even with a 1-year deal than a Bryce Young does, and it's all based on the media, what the media has been talking about, big time media too. A lot of people didn't think Bryce Young was the best fit for Carolina. And we saw multiple polls and multiple mocks afterwards that said the Panthers should have gotten C.J. Stroud, which we all knew that. All of us who were C.J. Stroud enthusiasts said C.J. Stroud should be the Carolina Panthers quarterback. But we're here at this point right now, and I think it'll be bad if we don't talk about this right now, because you got so many people that are so far on one side that they just hate Bryce. You got so many people on the other side that just love him. Ain't too many people in the middle that's going to look at this thing objectively and not subjectively.
In my opinion, Prime, I'm one of those cats. I'm honestly looking at this fairly, and I'm looking at it from a business aspect. Bryce is going to get the whole year for the simple fact that we traded our first-round pick this year. You know what I mean? For him. So just by default, they're going to let him finish out the year and see what's up. It's just, you know what I mean? If we go 6-11, 7-10, and we're competitive in a lot of games, what would that say? But then it's like, if we go 4-13, that time that you're talking about, it's looking like it's that time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you go, let's say, what is it? It would be 2-15, 4-13, 6-28 in your first 2 years. Yeah, you got to off rip start looking at different options. Off rip, bro. According to math, that means you're getting 1 win every 4 games. That ain't gonna cut it. Every 4 games, that ain't cutting it, dog.
And Nick, check this out. This is the things that people got to take into consideration. Who was at Alabama before Bryce Young started?
Tua.
No, not Tua. After Tua, who came after Tua?
Who came after Tua?
Then he got drafted by the Patriots.
Oh, Mac Jones.
Mac Jones.
So think about that. He can't even beat out Mac Jones. Who cannot run, who does not have a big arm, but he's smart as hell.
Yeah.
If you can't beat out Mac Jones, what do you think he gonna do in the NFL? Like, that's the thing that I didn't understand. It's like, bro, he can't even beat out Mac Jones in college.
Bubble T, hit the link. Bubble T said, would y'all give up on C.J. Stroud if he got sacked 62 times, or tell the Panthers to get him some help? Hey.
That's why this year is that year to show, you know what I'm saying? Last year was all messed up.
Redman Boyd, what's up, man?
So that's the thing,
year,
though.
His redemption year, brother. For that reason right there. The line, the receivers, the coaches.
Pop.
So
I think he can do a little bit more, like I told Elaine last night. But
that ain't enough.
Yeah, a little bit more, and that's it. That's it, man. That is it. That is all.
So I was having this discussion before with Unc. Like, all right, let me throw out, because sports, everyone likes to say, oh, you can't say what if, but the beauty of sports debating is putting out hypotheticals. That's the point of the debate. So if Bryce throws for 3,500 yards and 22 touchdowns,
and I hope he does.
You know what I
Real
mean?
talk.
Is that something that in his second year, considering he made a 700-yard leap in yards and throw for, let's say hypothetically, twice as many touchdowns, is that something that you would look at personally and be like, okay, the trajectory's looking up? Because obviously if he comes out, and nobody's
Hell yeah.
saying he will, but if he throws for 4,000 yards and 40 touchdowns, all the questions are going to be answered at that point. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I don't think by any means he's going to do that, but at the end of
I
the day,
want to
it's
see
a
him.
production
Yeah.
it's a production based business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if we get double digit losses again, that ain't a good look. You know what I mean? Not at all. But then you also look at the Justin Fields situation. Look how many years he got, and he never had a great win-loss record. And he had what, 3 years he spent in Chicago? 3-4 years. So it's real weird. You know what I mean? It's real weird.
So Nate,
It's real weird to look at.
let me put it in its proper form or perspective, right? As a team as a whole, are we a good team? No. So what I try to do is like what a lot of people have been doing is looking at the all 22, breaking down film. My thing is we knew the team wasn't good last year. We knew the offensive line wasn't good last year, and I've been trying to push this point across everybody. Just show me the tape of when Bryce had time to throw the ball or run. Did he hit the open target? No. Did he make the right decisions? No. Those are the things where we give up so much for him that I want to see executed. So that's why I said first, probably out of any content creator, that he's a bust. Now, this year, will he be more protected? Absolutely. They didn't pay them guys that much money to not do their job.
Right.
Is he gonna come and do his job? The problem is you got two slot receivers, right? They're both crafty at running routes. One has a
Wait.
drop
Call
issue.
it in. Call it in. Call it in. Who you talking about?
You got Adam Thielen and you got Johnson. Ain't that his
Okay.
name?
Yeah.
Johnson, Deontay has some hand problems, but hey, maybe we can find him some better
Nah, he
gloves.
shored that up, bro. That was
But
everyone who says that, bro. That was 2020.
that
Since
was
2020,
2020,
his
right?
drop rate drop rate was like 9%, and since
Yeah,
then it's been under 5. So he's definitely fixed that.
yeah,
He's
because he
definitely
didn't
fixed
have
that drop problem.
problems last year. He didn't have none of
Yeah,
those problems last year. So
he just
I
hurt.
agree.
Yeah, he was just
But
hurt.
you got to think about this. Look at the room, right? Look at the room. Thielen wanted out. Right? Now you got a guy who has some competitions in the Steelers that comes here, who's an aggressive guy. He gives you that Steve Smith type of vibe. I want the ball. Okay, great. Now we got protection for Bryce. Now Bryce has time. When I've seen Bryce have time, he did not deliver the ball. So what excuse are we going to give him now when he has time and still do not deliver the ball?
Well,
That's my whole issue.
well,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I agree with you to a certain extent. I think the wide brush is a little bit too wide. I think that the percentage of his completions when the pocket was actually good isn't 0, but it ain't over 25. I'll say that much. But
Hold on.
This is it, fellas.
Hold on.
This is it. This
huh?
year is it. They done went and got everything that was
They
supposedly
they
holding him back, and if he don't do this year, he got to go. They got him. They
they,
got
they
him the big guys. They got him the best, separation wide receiver, and then you know what I'm saying. So this is it, homie.
They're building it to where there's no excuse. All the
There's no
excuses people
excuses.
have,
Yeah,
Bryce, there's
yeah.
going to
This
be
is
no
it.
excuse this year. Yeah.
Yeah,
After
it's not
this
gonna be
year,
no
like you
excuses.
say, if you don't do nothing, man, I say like you say, if you don't compete to damn near in the playoffs, if we ain't fighting for to get off in there in our division, or if you don't have a good enough record, you got to go, man. You slowing it down. And he ain't never won no championship, mind you. In
You're right.
college,
Yeah, that's a
that was
fact.
Mac Jones the year that he was on the bench when they won. So
Yeah.
they say he's always a winning quarterback and all this shit, man. He never even won at the college level. So
Let me ask you a question, PPP.
expectations got to be brought down a little bit.
Talk to me,
Let me
Pop.
ask you, let me ask you a question, P. Is it unfair as a fan for them not to bring competition? They didn't do it last year, and I, and I think they made it real comfortable for him. Like,
Right.
oh, he's the guy.
Yeah, they gave
You
him
know,
that shit.
they gave it to him. They
Yeah.
took 70% of the snaps away from what's his name,
Dalton.
and gave it to Bryce. Andy
Yeah.
Dalton. They gave my
Mhm.
bad 80%. My bad 80%. So that being said, they gave him the captain spot. I mean, how do you become a captain? How you put that seat in your chest and you ain't did nothing yet?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was wild, bro.
Yeah.
Well,
It
I
was
mean,
a,
I
it
think
was
they
a,
was trying to give him all the
They
not like confidence, like
they gave him everything,
yeah, you're a part of
and
this
he ain't
team.
earned it
This is
yet.
your team. Yeah, that's what they was trying to do with him. Kind of didn't work out, but
yeah. No, I agree with you.
listen,
And to your question, Pop, I think that if they don't bring in a quarterback for competition, they'll be doing the Carolina Panthers and Bryce Young a disservice. Because you're absolutely correct. That's why I'm not rebutting you guys. I think you guys are absolutely correct on it, man. If Bryce Young wants to get better, iron sharpens iron. It didn't say pillows sharpen pillows. And in order for you to get better, you have to go against something that's equally or better than you. That's the only way it's going to happen. That's the only way it's going
It
to
wouldn't
happen.
surprise me if we draft Joe Milton in the 6th round, Prime. I'm telling you.
It wouldn't surprise me either.
Surprise me at all if we draft Joe Milton in the late
It wouldn't
rounds.
surprise me either, man, because
It would surprise me.
You say it would?
Hell yeah, it would surprise me.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
When
When Unc asked us the other day, it was a couple months ago, about a month ago now. Should Canellis, or do you think Canellis is going to bring in a quarterback? I said somehow he's going to backdoor himself a quarterback, I believe, and that backdoor may come in the 7th round. That pick 240, it just might. It just might, man, because Pop, you remember that Surviving Bryce podcast I did, right? Where
Amazing.
I said, I appreciate that, man. Where I said Canellis has to do these certain things in order to make sure that his job security is still there. And Tom has told us that Tepper, he has a short lease with people that don't perform. Now, if Canellis wants to be here, he's going to need to bring in a quarterback. I'm gonna be honest with you. He's going to have to do that at least on a slide tip, just in case, a safety blanket. Like Andy Dalton last year was our safety net in case Bryce Young didn't do well. They just never used a safety blanket. But that was the purpose of bringing in Andy Dalton last year. You got a veteran guy with a rookie.
Yeah, he's gonna be a mentor. That mentor.
He was gonna be a mentor. They didn't use him for some reason. Don't know why. But in order for Canellis, and listen, even this 7th round pick may not be Canellis' guy. It may just be, hey, listen, we're going to look at all facets of everything on this team, and we're going to try to improve and bring competition. So even that 7th round pick, which is highly hypothetical, and I'm speaking hypothetically, if he do bring it in, that might not be his guy. It's just to spice it up for Bryce, man, which I do think he needs to get a little bit more uncomfortable. He's a little too happy. He's at the Sacramento Kings game smiling like he win 10 games this year. Nah, gotta stop
at least
that.
he a jolly guy. At least he ain't down drinking himself to death.
I wouldn't be drinking myself to death either, man, if I was a millionaire.
Nah, I'm just saying, some of them get that money, bro, and it takes them down on top of going through a bad season. At least he uppity. I say that. I believe he's gonna play a lot harder this year. I don't know what it's gonna take us, but we'll see more from him though.
All right, so I'm looking at this poll right now. We have 48 people that hit the poll. How long should the Panthers keep Bryce as QB1 if he's playing poorly? 6% said take him out after the first bad game. Okay. 44% said give him a few under this new staff. 21 said half a season, and 29% said give him a whole season. So the majority of you guys say give it a little bit of time. Give him a few games up under this new staff at 44%. So yeah, we're gonna keep watching that, man, to see what you guys are thinking.
About 6 games to fuck up, and that's it.
See, this is my thing, bro.
Go ahead.
Thank y'all for voting on PPP. And that just shows you, how the fans are just, up and down with them. But from See, I support the team, not necessarily the players.
right?
So let his ass play the whole damn team because that just moves me up in the draft for next year.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Oh man.
gives me a better pick in the first round. I'm just saying, like
Yeah, that's true. But
it's
damn,
about the
man, I
team.
want to
It's about the
win.
team.
Fuck that, I ain't trying to
You
tank.
listen, what Red Man? You're not winning this year. I'm sorry to give you the harsh truth. Did you see our schedule?
Yeah, I
Okay.
know it's tough this
I
year
mean,
for sure.
so
What happened? What happened?
y'all keep let's look at this schedule real quick because y'all keep alluding to the schedule.
It's
Okay.
a tough one this year, man. We got some dogs to play for
let
real.
me tell you something, Red Man. While he's pulling it up about the schedule, look how many playoff teams we're playing.
Yeah, I know.
That don't mean they playoffs teams this year.
They
Shit.
they ain't just crumble, bro. They ain't just crumble. Not
Well,
only that,
shoot, hey,
they got a draft too, and they don't have as many holes as we do.
how many
That's
holes do
why.
we have though? Right, like right now, how many holes do we have?
So let's go to
Wide
corners,
receiver, running back.
corners, linebackers.
Okay,
Corner.
hold. Now, when you say that, I want you to say that with the understanding of what we actually got in free agency too now. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
All right.
looking at it still. We still need another linebacker though.
we need another
Okay.
center. We need another
Need
center.
another
Right.
corner.
We need really two
Need a running
linebackers
back and a
because
wide receiver.
Why
The
would
line
we
is taken care of. The
need
whole line is taken care of.
so you don't have no faith in Shaq Thompson?
do
Nah, he
you?
don't need to play this year, brother. Nah.
Why not?
He ain't gonna do much. He ain't gonna do much.
He
I
ain't gonna
say
do much.
if we could either go get that guy that everybody wants for linebacker in the draft, or somebody else, that's just as good as him. We just need another. We need some young blood at the linebacker position, man, for sure.
All
We need
right,
And
all
that
right.
this is the other thing you got to take into consideration too,
running
PPP.
back,
What up?
linebacker, wide receiver, corner.
What symmetry do any of these guys have together? They haven't been with each other that long. These guys gonna come together and still because the teams that are going to the playoffs are teams that have these guys have been together for a while. We are
Well,
In that system.
you got to think about it. They've been in that system. This is a whole new playbook for
I
the
mean,
offense.
if we're just talking about
Okay.
if we're just talking about a team coming and organize themselves together, I mean, I think you made the point earlier about where it may have been Nick about Dave Canellis going to Tampa Bay, even though that was a system, that was a whole new scheme that he brought to that
But
team.
but I'm talking about the players. Those players have been together.
They
Those
dropped. I
players have
mean,
been together.
they dropped a good bit of players last year.
The only thing
No,
that
they did.
suck
No, they
about
did.
this
No, they
year
did.
is Everett will be gone.
They signed 22 of their starters last year. 22 of their
No,
starters.
no, they didn't.
Yes, they did because we did a show about the GMs that we thought that should be interviewed before we got Dan Morgan. So we all found somebody out there in the league who we thought would be a good person that could be a good GM for us. And I looked up the lady. There's a lady there. I forgot her name, but she helped sign 22 of their starters for that year
Tampa
last
Bay
year.
2023 free agent signings. Let me see. I could have sworn them boys let go a lot of people last year.
This was this is when Tom Brady, right? Right after Tom Brady,
Yeah, right after Tom Brady.
Oh yeah, they kept a lot of that team
they
in
kept
Tampa Bay.
22 of them. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they
All
kept
right.
a lot of them.
I ain't gonna just take pop word for it.
They did.
1 year deal. Okay, they said Tuesday they signed Shaq
Not this
Mason.
year. I'm not talking about this year.
No. This is last year because they said a 1 year deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They moved on from starting right tackle Shaq Mason. He went to the Texans. Let's see who else. Did they keep the Bucks are signing Chase Edmonds? They let Leonard Fournette go. Let's see who else they let go. The deal was worth
I was even saying let's get Leonard Fournette. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that'll be our power back. We had to go spend that money on Miles Sanders and let him and Chuba run it.
He made
Leonard
it out.
Fournette he's probably gonna want that bag though, man. You don't think so?
Yeah.
Just his,
I mean,
just his name would have been crazy expensive.
Yeah, but I mean, not no more than what Miles Sanders getting, because that year, that was the year that they weren't trying to pay no running backs. What did we do? We went and paid the highest for the running backs.
Yeah, we was atrocious with that. We was real disrespectful.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we was real disrespectful with that. God dang. I can't stand Pop. All right, Pop, you may be right about that.
You telling it right.
You might be right about that. You might be right.
I do my research, baby. I
thought last year they let go a lot of. Maybe that could have been another team, but I thought Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay. Yeah, I thought because I'm not gonna lie. I thought the Saints was gonna, because the Saints spent so much money beefing up their front line, their defensive line. So I was thinking that the Saints were gonna come out and do some stuff this year, man, over Tampa Bay. I never thought the Carolina Panthers was going to make it be first overall in the NFC South. Never thought that.
Yeah, we all. I had to take an L on that one too. I didn't think Tampa Bay, but when I sat there and thought about it after the year has been done, I was like, damn. When you think about it, they nucleus, they didn't get rid of nobody. They got rid of like so and so here, so and so there, but they signed 22 of their starters. It's a 53 roster, but 22 of those guys have been together for a hot minute. So
yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. I'm looking at it right now.
We don't have that here. We are still rebuilding, retooling, rebooting, whatever you want to call it. Nobody has been other than Shaq. Shaq done played with half the damn league.
Shaq and JJ.
And JJ Johnson. They've been here forever.
Yeah, they've been here for 30 years, man.
It's not like they're getting better. So
JJ just got to flip the ball with his legs. Pause. That's all he got to do.
That's it. And talk to everybody and do interviews and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, drive around the golf cart. Yeah, freak. All right, real quick. Let's look at this schedule real quick, man, because you guys keep alluding to this schedule that's going to be so crazy for the Carolina Panthers. All right, and I got to challenge you guys because I don't believe it. So, Commanders, you guys don't think that we can beat the Commanders?
I do, but they in a new regime. They defense about to be ready. They got 11 picks this year in the draft.
They got Lou. They got Jeremy Chin. Nope.
They went and signed a bunch of players.
So you think Lou and Jeremy Chin's gonna give us a fit?
Hell yeah.
No, not only that, just the culture they gonna have over there with Dan Quinn, bro.
What culture?
Shit, they're gonna have a nice defense, bro. They're gonna be a tough team.
They're gonna be a tough team, bro. You got 1 first round, 2 seconds, 2 thirds, and the rest of the draft they got to go through. There's no way that team's gonna be bad.
Yeah, that team gonna
Eternal
be nice.
252 said we got all starters and the original people became death piece charts. That means we had trash. God dang.
Yeah, we did. We looked good on paper, but it didn't look good on the field.
Yeah. All right. So okay. What about Atlanta? Both games. We losing both?
No.
We losing both to Kirk Cousins?
Yep.
No.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Pop thinks that Kirk Cousins gonna come in here and light us up, man.
Nah, Kirk got to worry about getting his ass taken away from him, boy. That's what he got to worry about.
Hold on. Who is gonna pass rush to Kirk? Who gonna get to Kirk?
What you mean gonna get to Kirk?
Somebody will get there.
Who?
Somebody will get home, man.
So you don't.
When you say somebody, that means nobody, because you ain't even got a name.
I don't have a name, but I know somebody should hit his ass. He should.
I'm not saying he's gonna get
hit. Want him. We gonna employ. Hey, remember we got that dude, man.
Who?
Jules. Now we got a bona fide linebacker.
He's not a pass rusher
though.
I'm not worried about pass rush right now. I'm talking about as far as like
keeping a
Luke Kuechly, right? Like Luke Kuechly, right? How he played that aggressive style, meeting them at the line of scrimmage. Now Kirk Cousins ain't gonna run the ball like that, but I think we have a bona fide linebacker right now, man. That may take. I hope he takes Shaq Thompson. I hope he takes Shaq Thompson's job. I ain't gonna lie to you, but we got a bona fide linebacker. You don't think so, Pop?
Nah, he'll be there
Nah.
side by side playing with him.
They win in the South, bro. I'm sorry, they win in the South.
You think Atlanta's winning the South based on the article that was written by ESPN or Fox Sports?
No, I'm looking at everything they have and nothing that they've lost. They've only gotten better.
Okay. All right.
That makes
So
sense.
Pop got us 0-3 right now. So Pop, stop right there. No. Actually, no, let's not stop. You might as well go ahead and hit New Orleans and Tampa Bay. We winning or we losing those games?
I say 1-1 of each team, man.
I think we'll split with both of them.
Okay. So let's say the schedule's like this right here, right? We play Commanders. Of course, we may flip-flop Atlanta, right? So let's put New York up there where Atlanta's at, right? And put the other Atlanta game down at the bottom. So are we beating New York?
Yeah, the Giants, we should beat them.
I'm asking Pop.
That's my only third win, maybe.
That's your only third win. So if we go by that, Washington, New York, Atlanta, New Orleans, Tampa Bay. So what are we? 2-3?
Basically, in a nutshell, I only see us winning 3 games this year, if that.
But you believe that Bryce Young is going to play the whole entire season, only winning 3 games?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Unless he gets hurt, unless they bring some competition.
I don't see that.
So they can get rid of him next year.
I don't see David Tepper going to games and getting blown out like we got blown out, because you guys say that the schedule is adamantly worse or harder than it was last year. So what would cause Tepper to keep Bryce Young in, and we're losing to teams that are better than what we played last year?
That's his stepson. When he got out that SUV, they hugged pelvis to pelvis.
Yeah,
that's his stepson.
Pelvis. Oh shit!
I'm telling you, he love that boy. Now the problem is, Bryce Young come out. Who you starting? Andy Dalton?
Yeah. They treated him like he was a little baby. They was like, "This is the stadium. These fans love you."
You know what? They may employ that third quarterback rule, man.
Man,
they might just do that this year, man.
Oh, for us? Yeah, they might.
Yeah, for us, man. So that we can have 3 quarterbacks on the team.
We'll see after the draft, but I think we drafting somebody this year, man.
That rule has already been placed. It was placed last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Third quarterback is not counted as part of your 53 roster. It doesn't hurt you.
Right.
The problem is we don't have a third quarterback, and even if you want to get Milton, you're not getting him at 240.
Well, it may not be Milton. It may be somebody else. But I'm thinking about, okay, so let's say the season gets started. Bryce Young starts according to what your prediction is, 2-3, right? And if we're saying that the schedule is a lot more stronger than last year's, then we can just honestly say that we're looking at a 2-10 team by possibly before or right after a bye week for this season here.
Right.
The Panthers might go out and get a free agent QB that may be still on the scenes, quite possibly, to come in and compete.
Who would that be?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Like, these guys these guys are already going to be on teams, and then anything you get out there that's just laying on the couch is going to be trash. You got to knock out all the
no, you can't say that. Let's
get RG3 then.
No. But we just seen old boy go to the Cleveland Browns to take the team to the playoffs. Did we not see that? Yeah, did we not just see that? Wasn't that dude on the couch sleeping? That dude was on the bench sleeping and put up 300 something yards in the first quarter or something like that. The freak,
man, Joe out there.
Yeah. So I mean,
would you rather it be like that, or just say go ahead and throw in the towel for the year and go get your franchise quarterback next year? Then you have longevity, and then you can build your team where getting championships. Or you just want to get to the playoffs to lose. Like, that's what's going to happen to Atlanta. They're going to get to the playoffs. They're going to lose in the first round. That's going to happen.
Right. But here's the thing, though. I think you look at it as this. What's the point of us getting to the playoffs if we're just going to lose? I don't look at it that way. I look at it in a sense of let's compete. And if we don't compete, if we compete enough just to make it to the playoffs, let's figure out why we didn't make it past just the first round or second round. Dallas Cowboys. Let's figure that out. While we
I
keep
hope we
making it to
beat
the
them this
playoffs.
year. Shit.
I hope we beat them too. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm sick of the Cowboys.
Man,
And I'm sick of
hell,
them coming to
I live
Charlotte.
down here. Everybody, everybody
Yeah.
Cowboys fans down here.
Yeah, Kev, I don't like the 3-4 either. I'm a 4-3 guy. I don't like that 3-4 shit.
Hey, but PPP, I was gonna say this: we
What
will
up?
lose to Atlanta twice if they run that ball on us, bro.
Well,
That damn running backs they got pretty nice.
well, you know what? We saw this week 1, and I did a video. I said, does the Panthers have a answer for old boy that they just drafted? Do we have something for Tyler? I mean, do we have anything for these guys, Kyle Pitts? And for the most part, we did up until the dam broke. And up until Brian Burns decided he wanted to go inside instead of outside, and allow just a walk-in touchdown. So Frankie Louisville getting shook out of his socks.
Yeah, and Shaq getting stepped on.
And Shaq getting stepped on. Yo, we saw a play yesterday in Atlanta. We saw a play in Atlanta yesterday where Shaq Thompson was blocking the back of Brian Burns yesterday in the Atlanta game. Like what?
That's what I'm saying. Man, he's just there, bro. He's just a body. I'm sorry.
That's all he is.
That's why I said we need depth. That's why I said we got so many holes.
Let me click on nothing right now. I'm cutting out. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, you clear now.
All right, yeah, man. StreamYard acting funny right now, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
PPP, we better hope that it rains both of them Atlanta games.
On the inside of the dome.
It don't matter in the dome and at home. It better rain.
It just gotta rain, right? Yo, you wild, yo.
Somebody let the sprinklers on in the dome. Something.
Yeah. Nadar said we are not changing QBs. Come on, man. We are gonna go we're gonna win 7-8 games. This might be enough to win the NFC South. Listen, Nadar, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm optimistic in that sense, but we got to be honest and say that Bryce of this live, Bryce Young is on the clock. And if he doesn't perform, he's good. It's as simple as that, man. If he does, if we go all 6 games, we're done. It's over. Oh yeah, it's over, man. Everybody talk about what?
Oh, y'all still there? Hello?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm waiting for him to
PPP sound like a transformer.
Yeah, he's lagging.
Yeah, you out there in the woods, PPP. We can't hear you, dog. Commercial break. We need to go to commercial and come right back, PP. You sound like that computer love.
Yeah. Roger and Zap.
Yeah, that's that.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you now, brother.
God dang.
Sound like you was stuck off in the computer, dog.
Man, I'm about to take all this stuff down, man. I'm in Virginia right now, man, and
I knew you was out there somewhere, dog.
Yeah, I'm in Virginia, man, Petersburg. We're gonna get up out of here today, man, and I head back to Charlotte. My bad about that, fellas. Yeah.
Hey, CPU.
Hey, y'all see what Rock Jones say, man. We got something for Atlanta. Yeah, man. Yeah, we're red swarm, man.
I say, if anything, we're gonna split with all of them, but the Saints we should beat 2 times.
Yeah,
we should.
You should, and will.
Said PPP at the Motel 6. No, sir, I'm at the Hilton Garden Inn. They just got bad Wi-Fi in this Hilton Garden Inn, man.
Damn, the Hilton Garden. Yeah. That's why I stayed at in Calabasas, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I know which one you was at too, bro.
For real?
Yeah, man. I
Yes,
used to
sir.
be out there a lot with John P. Key, man. We used to go out there and perform with Snoop Dogg and all them boys, man.
Yeah, that shit was nice. Hey, I talked the Mexicans into giving me free breakfast every day. They got down there for a week. Hey, when I seen that free breakfast was $18, I said, "Hey, homie, you gonna have to help me out, bro." Shit, but he was a real cool guy, man. That's my buddy.
Yeah,
Shit.
man. Yeah, man. But Pop, I ain't gonna lie, man. I think my point, you know, to Bryce Young's situation, he got to perform, man, and he got to perform. I don't think he has.
Absolutely.
But PPP, this
Yeah,
the
he
trip.
got to.
I think he will perform this year. I think he gonna do. I think he might surprise us, bro, because he got Canales in there. Like I say, bro, they both.
God, I knew Pop was gonna start laughing. I
Hey,
knew it.
no,
I
no,
knew he was gonna start laughing.
listen.
This shit
I
done
don't
turned the
like him, but
comedy
listen.
zone when he said
Hey,
that shit.
hey, brother, I say that because, man, it could only go, man, we can only go up from here, homie. You got Canales in there that's real methodical, like, I guess. He might do something with Bryce, bro.
Listen, brother. Man, look,
Nah, don't bring me down. Hold on, let me float a little bit.
I hear your heartstrings playing right now, dog. I get it, but this
He
is
said,
what
"Don't bring
happens.
me down right now."
But this, you got to understand. This is even his first time being a head coach. The pressures that he has to you know what I'm saying, be able to digest. That's a lot.
But he a confident dude, man. He seemed a little
He can be as
confident in
confident.
himself.
Yeah, he's confident in himself. That don't mean everybody else is confident in him.
Yeah, fuck.
You know what I'm saying? He has to
win.
He has to. I
Fuck.
know, but you got to do it the right way. You can't do it with a noodle dick arm ass quarterback. I'm sorry, you just can't.
A noodle what?
You can't.
Right.
You can't do it with a 5'9".
I want to win.
Not
I'm
fast.
tired of this shit. I want Bryce to do good just so we can
might
win.
want to
I
do
don't give a
prize
fuck.
picks, bet on us.
I ain't
if
betting
you
on
want to
that.
win. But I'm just telling you, dog. You better get your $250 because North Carolina has now allowed you to bet. That's some free money. You just won. But when it comes to what we got going on right now, no sir. It's gonna take time.
Hey man, Eternal 252. I'm in the hood, man. I'm over here by South Park Mall, man. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, I mean it looks pretty stable. Only like the hood to me.
You in Charlotte? I'm South Park?
No. It's a South Park Mall up here in Petersburg, Virginia, like Colonial Heights area. That's where that's where we staying at, man. So I mean, heck, it look all right. I mean, I'm from Miami though, so anything outside of Miami looks like we in the in the burb. So
hey, how far is that from Langley?
Langley Air Force Field?
Yeah, down there CIA and shit.
Oh, I'm probably about. I mean, I assume Langley's like around DC, right? So I think I'm about an hour and 45 from DC right now.
Oh, that shit, yeah.
Yeah, like Quantico. I think Quantico is like exit 150, 150. So I'm at exit. I think I'm at exit 60.
What the hell you do? You just travel and shit. You everywhere,
I drive tour buses, so I take groups to different locations. Like next week, I'll be in New York City for a couple days. Yeah. I'm taking them into the city for a couple days.
Nadir, I agree with you as far as car ain't shit, but he's a better car than what we got. Cousins, look, I don't care what nobody say. Y'all need to go watch that Netflix special where they had Derek Carr. Cousins. I'm sorry, they had Cousins and they had Patrick Mahomes. And watch and see how them guys were getting hit and how they prepared themselves to get themselves back ready for the next game. I'm telling you, Cousins got all my respect, bro. He is a franchise quarterback. Now, does he have his flaws? Yes. But our quarterback has way more flaws than he got. Yeah, if Cousins wasn't good enough, he wouldn't be getting paid.
Yeah, that's a fact, man.
Count how much money he's made in the last 7 years. It's like over $400 million.
Yeah, he has made a lot of money, man, and he hasn't done much more than what any other quarterback in the league that gets to that position does, man.
But at least Cousins give you some type of hope, like, ooh.
But now, Pop, I got to press you a little bit. Now, you just said,
Go ahead, brother.
Now you just said, why should we even try if we know we're not going to get to the playoffs? Now you just not. I mean, right now people believe that this situation is going to bring us hope that we can make it to the playoffs. But you said, don't even do it. Just go ahead and tank. So what say you? What say you to that, man?
They have the acclimated pieces, and they've drafted well to get to the playoffs. We have not drafted well ever. We don't hit in the late rounds. Shit, you talking about pieces? We don't even have a tight end.
We don't have a tight end. We don't
have a quarterback.
We have a quarterback.
Okay, that's what you want to call him.
We probably don't have a decent quarterback. We have a quarterback. We have a decent backup quarterback just in case. And I think that's like a part of my thought process. Like, if stuff start hitting the fan, in comes the red rifle. You see what I'm saying?
That's even sadder, bro. Like that's throwing salt on the wound. When even you.
I mean, how?
No, but listen to me. Check me out.
Okay.
When you gotta say we gotta put the red rifle in. Who hasn't did shit either in the NFL? Because
now hold on now.
Just that bad.
Now hold.
Andy Dalton's only been in one playoff game his whole career.
How many have Kirk Cousins been
in? 2, maybe 3.
And a much better than Andy Dalton.
That's why I said it's sad.
I'm just saying, but you said, but see, that's what I'm saying. You said that he brought hope. It's hope in that. If that's hope, then Andy Dalton should be hope too. You see what I'm saying? 2-3 playoff wins. It don't really move the scale that much more than one playoff win or one playoff appearance. It really doesn't.
True. That's true. But look, I don't know, man. If y'all like this microwave fix, I don't know. Look, I want longevity of winning. I don't want just we went to the playoffs and then we back in the slumps again for another 7 years. Like, we gotta do it the right way. Everybody just want a quick nut. And after you get the nut, then what? Back to regular life.
Allegedly, censorship.
Once you get that, it's over with. Then you're like, well.
Once you get that funny feeling, I got you.
Once you had that, however long you do, you had that brief moment to be away from everything.
Right.
You were in fantasy land. After it's over, then what? Back to reality.
Right. Yep.
So why we can't just do it the right way so we can stay in fantasy land?
Well, I think, and this is what I told one of the guys named Tex Shiesty. I told him this. We can't put what the old regime did over top of this one yet.
No, I don't.
It's almost like that. That's why a lot of players have to leave Carolina, because the mindset is just so poverty. If you always been around poverty, you can't understand what it is to be around riches. Or in this case, you can't see what it is or get the feeling of what it is to be around a winning organization, because you've never had it before. Jeremy Chin has never had it before. Brian Burns has never had it before. And I'm not using these people just to say, just to talk about them. I'm just saying they've never been around that. So if you take that mindset or that personality or that person, mindset, and when you try to bring in a winning culture, it's hard for them to, grasp it or get to that point.
Believe in it,
believe in it. But if you bring in fresh blood that ain't never been with you, you know what I mean? That's coming from winning organizations, which that's what Dan Morgan is doing. The majority of our picks and our signings in free agency have been from winning organizations. I think the only one that's probably like so-so, and I want to say so-so because he's never had a losing season, was Deontay Johnson coming from the Steelers. I mean, they barely made the playoffs this past year. So
I see Eternal down there and said, what Kirk do with Justin Jefferson except boost his stats? This is one thing y'all got to understand. Last year, Atlanta had a good defense, which is going to get better. You don't have to depend on Kirk Cousins' arm because they got 2 fantastic running backs that can run it down your throat. And he can throw the ball. He's in a better situation than he's ever been in any team he's been on. I'm sorry. Atlanta is gonna be disgusting this year. I'm telling y'all.
Well, I don't know about that. I think that they're going to be just about as average as they were this past year.
From
I don't think.
from a Desmond Ritter to a Kirk
believe that too.
Cousins, y'all are
Nah,
wild.
but bro, look,
I
they
know.
got
Look,
they
I hate
got a
Atlanta
new
too.
head coach if that means anything, bro.
Okay.
So
Well,
I'm just saying, homie.
we
I
will
want to
come back
win
to this
now.
conversation.
Fuck
You're
all the
not winning
bullshit.
now. Stop.
Hey,
You're not gonna win now.
listen, homie. We got to do
You're not.
something. One
Yeah,
reason
you
why I
gonna.
think we're gonna have to is because Tepper, goddamn, he about to lose the whole fan base. All them dumbasses still gonna be buying shit this year. Let this year show out like last. I ain't gonna be doing nothing. They ain't buying shit next year.
Let this year show out like last year.
Hey,
See,
I'm
they
going to start using that, man.
see, the
ain't.
thing with
Go ahead.
the thing is what you don't understand, or you maybe you do understand, but
I understand.
Tepper not about to go broke over Carolina Panthers. This is his
Oh no.
play. This is his
Nah, he
play
ain't gonna
tour.
go. He ain't gonna go broke, but he gonna
Hold on.
lose some funds.
No, he not. He's already made his money back.
Yeah, tenfold. Well, not tenfold, but he's made
That's
it
what you
back.
got to
Yeah.
understand, brother. He already made his money back on the team what he already paid for it. So what did he
Yeah.
lost? He's lost nothing. And he went up 4% on the ticket prices. And we ain't played a
Yeah.
single game. And y'all niggas that be like, oh, I want to win, I'm gonna pay your money and go to the game.
Well, yeah, we're going to all great segue there. Yeah, the Carolina Panthers. We'll be going to all 8 away games this season. We'll have those packages available and ready to you guys very soon, very very soon. But yeah, great segue there, Pop. Man, so
Yeah,
commercial
man.
based.
Yeah, yes, sir. Y'all make sure y'all join up, get on the PPP train. We
Yeah,
got the packages for you. I mean,
yeah.
you can't beat it. I mean, there's nobody in the podcast land doing it. Man, support this man. He drives safely, from what I understand. Hey, he gonna get you there, and there's no better time than have fun with Panther fans, whether you win or lose. At least you're around your brethren. You know what I'm saying? So do it. Whether you win or lose, I would love to support PPP on going on that trip. I just can't
PPP.
do it.
How much you
I know
pay
what it
this nigga to
is.
say this
I ain't
shit?
doing that.
Hey, listen, man. Hey, what? Hey, I can't disclose pertinent information like that, man. But I appreciate Pop. One thing I will say, man, is if you guys are enjoying the content, man, you want to support the channel, man. There's the ways that you can support the channel with super stickers, with super chats, and also Cash App. Cash App is in the ticker. It's dbird79. If you also want to do Venmo at will be Panther Prime 1. Also, if you guys would like to be a member, or I would like to persuade you to become a member, memberships for Panthers Prime Podcast is only $3.99. And you get all the benefits of what the members get. We have a lot of gifted members, and I would love for you guys to be subscribed members, monthly, man. Members only live, members only content, Cash App giveaways that we have each month, man. Also, the memberships that we do have a travel component to it as well. So once we get all those things rolling, once we get all those things rolling, you have 10, 5, 10, 15, 20% off. The highest one, you get lower level seating. I think that's $2.99 a month, lower level seating to all games. You only have to pay $100 to go on each game. You get front door service pickup from your house to the airport, from the airport to the hotel that we're staying at. We're going to treat you like a king or a queen. So, yeah, man, just get ready for those things. But at the basic level, $3.99 a month gets you as a Panther Prime Podcast member. And Members Only Live, we're going to be doing that on Monday. Members Only Live on Monday. Get ready for it. It's going to be dope. It's going to be dope.
Can I ask you a question, Pete?
Yes, sir.
What sense would it make to the draft Lad McCunkle with the 33 over the 39 pick? What sense would it make?
Well, I was actually going to do some more film study on Lad. It's so many people to look at, man. But I think Lad gives you the versatility of. I'm not gonna lie. I see Lad as an Adam Thielen. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I
Look,
see.
hold on. Do
Go
we
ahead.
not have two slot receivers now?
I wouldn't say
are
slot.
both-
That's why I wanted you to clarify who you were talking about. I don't see
Oh,
Deontay Johnson as a slot receiver. I see
He
him
can
as
play
a number
both. He can
2.
play. He can play outside. He can play inside. He can do both.
Yeah.
He's versatile to play both. He don't have top tier speed, but he runs routes so great that he can
he
juke
open.
the hell out of somebody and get open.
Yeah.
Like NFL open. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. He's dangerous enough. He can play both inside and outside. But
Yeah.
that's my thing. Why would you
Mhm.
go get a lab? If you bring lab, where Mingo going?
Well, I mean, where Team J going? Where's Miss Marset going?
Is
You know,
TMJ still here?
TMJ is still here. He's still on the team.
You sure he ain't in France walking down the runway talking about his clothing line?
I mean, yo, he could be. I don't know what that brother doing on his off time.
I'm just saying, you already got 2 precision wide route running receivers. Why would you
Yeah.
need 3? You need somebody who brings a different dynamic to the team.
Which is?
You need a burner.
Justin Burton. That Justin Burton, whatever his name is, from Alabama.
You already got a
We need
possession
somebody
guy.
like him.
You already got a slot guy. You need a burner, somebody who can take it up the field. Even though I know Bryce can't get it to him, I know that. But sometimes you
Just to
can
open
use
up
people
everything
as
else.
there you go, a decoy.
Yeah.
The threat of the speed is dangerous enough.
Yeah, the only decoy they had was sending Laviska Shenault in motion all goddamn
Stop
game.
it! Stop it!
Wow.
Stop it!
Wow.
Man, if I would have been him, I'm like, I would have did AB, nigga. I would have took my jersey off and walked out the field. Fuck that. They just had him running in the backfield.
You gotta think about it. What PPP? Why did we bring DJ Chark in? To be the burner, right?
To be the burner. Yep, absolutely.
You have to have that replacement. Nobody's thinking about that. They're like, oh nah, you need, bruh. I know that he's gonna dink and dunk, intermediate throws, this, that, and other, but you still need that guy who threatens the safeties and the corners. You have to.
Yep.
Or they all gonna just press you.
Yeah.
Hey, would you like to get that receiver from Alabama? Not in the top picks we have.
I want Worthy,
Burton.
but that's just me.
Yeah, Worthy. Yeah, we ain't gonna get him. He's gonna be gone.
Hey, Pop, you got a question in the chat for you, man. T. Thompson said, Pop, answer this for me. Is Garrett Wilson an outside wide receiver 1?
From New York?
For the Jets?
Yeah.
I think he's a slot guy, but he has good enough speed. He can play both, to be honest with you.
He's playing, I'm about to say.
Yeah, he play both. So, I mean, he's a cocky dude, too. I like his game. And he's still developing. But, yeah, I mean, he can play both. But we don't have nobody like that on our team. We don't have nobody with top speed. We don't have no fast guys. None of that. We don't have that.
Smith Marset, the only little gem we got. Like,
that's the only little gem that we got. He's actually fast.
He's actually fast.
Yeah.
I love him being the slot or put him on the outside. But, hey.
And TMJ, I mean, honestly, we ain't seen enough of him other than what we did see of him to write him off. I know the
I'm about to say it's not his fault.
Yeah, exactly.
Who?
Yeah.
I mean,
TMJ.
Bro, because I bet Joe Burrow would love to Garrett
Wilson,
back
in my
over
opinion.
Lad is comparable to Garrett Wilson.
This is the thing you got at T. Thompson. I want you to go back and look at the tape on Lad. Lad never breaks away from nobody once he gets hit. He doesn't break tackles. He's not a yak guy. And if we're looking at Bryce Young, he needs yak receivers. He needs yak receivers. Lad doesn't do that. He doesn't have breakaway speed. Once he gets hit, he's done. He's not that big. If you want somebody, I'm gonna say Parasol gonna have a better career than Lad for right now. Parasol is bigger, maybe not be as fast, but he runs route just as good, and he's crafty, and he's taller. So him trying to reach out to get the ball is gonna be a more possible than Lad. Lad is not that big, he don't have the arm length either, like to try to run out to try to catch the ball. Y'all seen Thielen out there trying to jump?
Yeah.
Hey man, it's beautiful like a swan landing in the ocean, man.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Hey, what receiver y'all think we're gonna get within those top 2 picks?
Oh man, like are we even gonna get a receiver? Is the question at 33.
Yeah. They gonna have to.
I think it's gonna be corner receiver or a receiver and DN.
I think center, wide receiver, or edge, wide receiver.
Yeah, I'm thinking more edge wide receiver, and then after that center. If I truly wish that the board slipped down where Joe Alt was sitting at 33. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was Joe Alt was sitting at 33.
What wide receiver? That's what I'm asking. Who?
I mean, Keon Coleman's a name. Leggett, he's a name there. I mean, it's hard to say, man. That's for me, man. I don't like this. I don't like to put absolutes because who knows? I can only say I'm thinking maybe.
Well, who do you want? Who do you want if they at 30?
So this is the thing.
Who do you want to file at 33?
If they get Leggett, Mingo lost his job. The problem is, are you going to reach up 20 picks to come get Leggett at 65 and you got the 39? Like that's reaching.
I mean, that's reaching that's reaching on a scale of what PFF is saying.
Yeah, where your draft stock is, he's somewhere around 63.
Yeah, but that's all subjective, though. You know what I mean? Like that's all subjectivity.
The problem
somebody might have a plan for him.
The problem is we might end up in a situation where once that first wide receiver go, guess what? Everybody start panicking and they just wipe us out.
Yeah. That man, can y'all hear me?
Now we can. Now we can.
Clear
God, I gotta get about this hotel.
No, stand on the roof.
Man, listen, it's so cold outside, bro. I mean, it's free. That wind blowing like crazy out here, man. Yeah, but for me, man, like I don't like operating in subjectivity, man, or being subjective with stuff, man, because I'd rather say I like to be subjective on things when it comes down to that, because being absolute, it's going to change draft night. Just like Pop said, someone start getting the wide receivers may start to fall off the board. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to say. I'll just rather go into it. It's good for content to have something to talk about, but I'll just rather go into the draft and just report on what these, how the draft board is looking at the moment. And be like, all right, cool. We got an option to get this person, to get that person. We'll see, what their intangibles are, man, and go from there. But I mean, for me, man, the only thing I really want the Carolina Panthers to get, man, is another edge, tight end. Definitely, we need a tight end. We need one.
Yeah, you can wait. You can wait on tight end like a little bit later.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that with the first 3 picks.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that. But back to the subject. This is what I believe. I believe Bryce will play better. He will have a better year.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's going to push the needle. I still think after the year's over, we're still going to have the organization and the coaches are still going to have question marks. Is this our franchise quarterback? At the end of the day.
Yeah. Mr. Bombastic, as far as the poll is concerned, PPP, keep Bryce, because if he sucks, we got a high first round pick to replace him. That's the same thing.
I agree.
Yeah.
Let him play the whole year.
Man, listen, I can't keep coming on these. Listen, I'm a very positive person, i.e., Mr. Be Good has alluded to and has
that is positive. If you're about the team, then
I can't keep reporting, man. Listen, you know how hard it was for me last year to report on what 1, 2, take away those games, 2 games out of the whole 17 games that we played, and even the ones that we won were not totally positive wins. You know how hard that was for me to talk about them.
You talk about you. I'm from the Black Cat Panther podcast. Let me remind you, it's me, Goat, and Q.
Yeah, Q, man.
And the rest of the fellas. Logic, Lil Jalen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? MDJ, bruh. You talking about hard.
Yeah. Shout out Black Cat Panther podcast, man.
I'm gonna have to check them out.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, great podcast, man. Really is, man. Good people over there, man. So yeah, check them out.
Is that the same people from PNP or?
No, PNP. That's Dave and Rashad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought that's who you should.
No,
I'm gonna check it out.
We raw and uncut over there, brother. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to listen to.
That's how I like
you don't want to listen to us around your kids.
You know what I mean?
Shit.
Hide your wives.
Yeah, it get real. It get real. But I mean,
Yeah.
we just as passionate as everybody else. We just, rated R. And because we the type of guys. If you sat beside us on the couch, we gonna be, "Ow, touchdown!" We're gonna get hyped with you. But at the same time, if you do some dumb shit like what Shaq do, or man, we're gonna be cussing you out. You dumb mother. You know what I'm saying? Like we just passionate, but we just put it out there. You know what I'm saying? Because some people feel like us.
Yeah, everybody do shit.
Everybody do, man. Trust me. Everybody do. I can't remember how many times when I was coming back across from the West Coast to the East Coast. And it's so funny. Every time I caught a game back in 2017, I was always either in Utah or coming through like Denver, Colorado. And I mean, almost at the exact same spot. It was like clockwork. And I always remember throwing my cell phone into the passenger side seat, man. Just pissed about, because I think that was the time when Cam Newton got hurt. He couldn't throw no more than like 5 yards down the field, bro.
Oh, that was sad.
That was sad, bro.
That was like looking at a hit dog get up and walk across the street limping on 3 legs, bro.
Limping, man.
What it was.
H-Town, we love you, bro. You know you fam. We love you, H-Town. You always over there, bro.
Yes, sir. The real Sunchild, keep pounding, man. That's what's up, man. I appreciate you guys for pulling up on me, man. I really do, man. I'm about to go ahead and go, fellas, because I got to get myself ready for this group, man. They want to roll out at 3 o'clock, and I got to get this bus ready. So I appreciate y'all, man. Really do. Pop, go ahead and shout out the channel, man.
Hey, man, make sure y'all come through. Holler at us at the Black Cat Panther podcast. We taking things a little bit slow right now, but make sure you get your members, man, because we're doing Black Cat After Dark, which will be hosted by the GOAT, MDJ, Legend, and I'm missing somebody. No, I think that's the only 3 that's on there. And bro, you talking about real and uncut, man, get your membership. You're gonna hear some crazy stuff on there, man. I promise you. But we're taking it slow because of the off season, you know what I'm saying? We don't want to oversaturate the market, you know what I'm saying? But we will be still giving out content here and there, you know what I'm saying, shorts and things of that nature. And look, hey man, like I always say, keep praying.
Absolutely, man. Great podcast over there, man. Make sure that you guys go and check out my Black Cat Panther podcast. Redman Boy, you got a podcast?
Nah. I just be listening in, bro.
Okay. I got you, man. Well, fellas, I do appreciate it, man. Thank you for pulling up on me, man. And I won't be back tonight. Safe, yeah, most def, man. I won't be back tonight, but we'll be back tomorrow for members. Well, I ain't gonna call it Members Monday, but it's gonna be Members Monday, basically. You know, we having our Monday morning madness show, powered by Panthers Prime Podcast. So get ready for that. It's going to be fun, man. Make sure that you are a member of Panthers Prime Podcast. All you got to do is go to the home screen and go down here to the bottom on your phone and click on, gifts. If you want to gift, do a super chat, super sticker. You're able to go ahead and become a member of Panthers Prime Podcast and, sign up for it, man. It's going to be some great perks there. So, guys, we are up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody. Yeah, I appreciate you, Redman Boy, man. If you guys haven't done so, hit the subscribe button. And man. So without further ado, man, this is your boy Demetrius with the PPP, Panthers Prime Podcast. You know what time it is. Let's go.